This video is brought to you by High Mileage Mechanics, and in this video we're going to show you how to find the proper inner and outer CV axle boot for your Volkswagen. This video will be on a 2007 Volkswagen Rabbit, but these front CV axles can be found on other MK5 Volkswagens. This is not a how-to video on how to replace your front CV boots or CV axles, but rather a how-to video on how to find the correct inner and outer CV boot for your Volkswagen. Depending on the production date and chassis code of your Volkswagen MK5, your car could have come with many different styles of front axles. Because of this, it can be very easy to buy the wrong CV axle boot for this car. When buying from local parts stores and online websites, I kept on receiving the wrong CV boot for this car. The dealership wanted 100 Canadian dollars for one inner CV boot, which really isn't worth it. As you can see, this car uses a round tripod housing that is hammered into the transmission. Other Volkswagens have the tripod housing bolted into the transmission or in a trilobal shape. When removing this front CV axle, you usually have to also remove the tripod housing with it. This tripod housing did not want to come out of the transmission, so I had to remove the tripod by itself. When buying the inner CV boot, the local parts store gave me two different boots and said that if one does not work, the other will, because they knew these cars came with different styles of axles. One had the part number DX455 and the other with the number DX742. They are both DURAFLEX products. Unfortunately, none of them fit the car. The issue with both of these boots was that the large inner part of the boot that goes over the tripod housing was a trilobal shape, but this 2007 Rabbit uses a round tripod housing. After buying two inner boots and not getting the right product, I decided to take some measurements and match them to a part number online. The first measurement was to find the diameter of the tripod housing. For this car, it was about 8 centimeters. Next up would be to find the diameter of the axle shaft, which seemed to be around 2.5 centimeters. To measure the length of the inner CV boot, measured from the tripod all the way to the furthest boot groove. These grooves are here to indicate where to put the CV boot and to make sure it does not move around. If you search suspension.com CV boot dimension chart, you will be able to put your measurements in a chart and find the closest match and part number. This chart also lets you know if the boot will be round or trilobal. When typing down your measurements, you can make them a few millimeters larger or smaller in order to find the closest match. In the next clip, I will show you all the closest fits and part numbers that can be used for a round tripod housing inner CV boot of this Volkswagen Rabbit. The first match has a small opening of 24 millimeters, a large opening of 77 millimeters, and the part number is DBK862368D. The next match has a small opening of 24 millimeters, a large opening of 82 millimeters, and the part number DBK862324D. The next match has a small opening of 23 millimeters, a large opening of 78 millimeters, and the part number DBK861155D. The final match has a small opening of 23 millimeters, a large opening of 80 millimeters, and the part number DBK861115D. After searching a couple of these part numbers online to check for availability, I found that Parts Avatar was selling one for around $25 to $30, so I ordered it. This specific part number is 861155D and made by the brand MP or EMPI. I'm glad to say this boot fit over the tripod housing perfectly. It also felt like good quality and came with clamps and grease inside of the box. The small opening fit on the axle shaft perfectly as well. When buying the outer CV boot, I faced the exact same problem. The part I ordered that was supposed to fit this car did not fit. The part was a GKN product. The part number is 1K0498203A. If you have the same style of axle on your Volkswagen MK5 Rabbit, this CV boot will not fit. As you can see, on this specific axle, the small opening of this CV boot does not fit the axle shaft. It is too big, and because it's made of hard thermoplastic, it does not like to bend. The large opening of this boot is also too large. As you can see, there is way too much play as I wiggle it back and forth. Obviously, the boot is not installed in this direction, but I'm sure you get the idea. I ended up finding the correct sized outer CV axle boot, and it was on Amazon. The boot is made of neoprene, and the large opening fits nicely over the outer CV joint housing. In this video, it may look too small, but with two hands, it slides on very well and fits just right. The small opening also fits perfectly onto the axle shaft. The brand is ABSOPRO and the part number is 1K0498203. Part numbers will also be written in this video's description. You might be wondering why the GKN and ABSOPRO product have almost identical part numbers, but the A at the end of the GKN number means it is an updated, different version. Hopefully, if your MK5 Volkswagen Rabbit uses the same axle as this one, this video helped you find the correct inner and outer CV axle boot without wasting time and money on buying the wrong parts. All part numbers and fitment can be found in this video's description. Like and share if you found this video helpful. If you want to see more videos like these, subscribe to High Mileage Mechanics to stay updated.